Okay, example 8 is just a take on example 4. It just find the exact value of this thing. Okay, it's got sine of something, tangent of something, cosine of something. We want to evaluate each of those things individually and then evaluate by the order of operations. Okay, always evaluate the trig function first. And remember, if it says like tangent squared, that means find the tangent first and then square the answer. All right, so don't square 45 then find the tangent. You find tangent of 45 and square that. There are no squares on this, but in the homework, I think that might happen. So keep that in mind. If you see any trig function to a power, the trig function is evaluated first, the power is done second. So sine of 3 pi over 2. 3 pi over 2 is within the 0 to 4 pi over 2 range, right? Mm-hmm. So 3 pi over 2 is legal, 0 to 360, great. Pi over 3 is between 0 and 6 pi over 3, right? So each of these angles is within that nice little window that we're allowed to get, right? So if I go down my radian column and find 3 pi over 2, go over to sine, we'll see that equals -1. Again, this is on that yellow sheet. Again, you memorizing the sine and cosine columns is what it should be on your list of things to do in the very near future. But again, there's what that is. Tangent of 45, you go to 45 degrees, slide over to the tangent, you'll find out that equals 1. And the cosine of pi over 3, if you find pi over 3 radian, slide over to cosine, you'll find out that equals 1/2. I've already memorized it also there. There you go. I'm one step ahead of you guys. But again, I sat down and I memorized it. I was a junior at the time, and I haven't sat down and memorized it since my junior year. I just know it because my math teacher made me do it. So -1 minus 1/2, which makes -2/2 minus 1/2, which makes -3/2. More often than not, you're going to get some radicals involved there, so add and subtract the radicals to the extent you're allowed. So if you get a square root of 3, add it to a square root of 2, obviously you can't do that, but stick them into the same fraction. Let me show you for example. I'll just maybe shrink that up over here. So that's the right stuff for this problem. Suppose you do all this work and you end up getting an answer like this, the square root of 3 over 6 plus the square root of 2 over 2. Let's say that's what you get as an answer. I can't add the square root of 3 and the square root of 2 together, right? But I can combine it into one fraction. So common denominator is 6. Square root of 3 is already over 6, which is fine. Multiply top and bottom by 3 on this to get the square root of the 6 on the bottom, so I'm going to get plus 3 times the square root of 2. That's the answer I'd like to see if you get multiple pieces. Get a common denominator, stick them all into one single fraction. That's what I'm looking for answers. But again, the blue, that work is for that problem. This is just a what if.